Hey everyone, thank y'all for joining. Y'all, pardon me, y'all. I'm so late coming on to do midday pop in. I'm past midday pop in. Today's been a very busy day for me with work and everything. So thank y'all for being here and waiting for me. Oh my God. Let's get into the show because we have some updates and some things to talk about. I see y'all coming in. Hello to everyone. All right. Let's go ahead and get into the show. Let's get into the show. All right. All right. Of course, everything said in the video is alleged and in my opinion and is used for fair use and entertainment. Let's go ahead and get into the biggest news of all. Okay. You guys, if y'all follow me, of course, you've seen it already posted on my YouTube channel about Mr. Karmelo Anthony. He had a lot of people praying for him. When I tell you guys, child, I don't want to be religious on you guys today, but baby, like they say, honey, the prayers of the righteous, baby, availeth much. And baby, it did avail much today for Mr. Karmelo Anthony. His legal team did what they were supposed to do. Let's go ahead and get into it. All right. Okay, so the legal team for Karmelo Anthony has released a statement following Judge Sid Harley's ruling to recuse Judge John Roach from Anthony's proceedings. So he's been recused. All right, Judge Roach is off the case, baby. Hallelujah. And a lot of people saying, well, we didn't think that they could do that, child. But yes, honey, it wasn't them that was doing the child. The Lord moved him out the way because he wasn't supposed to be there any doggone way. Because Karmelo needs to be out. He needs to be free because he ain't mean to do what he did. All right. It's called self-defense. But let's get into it. Give me 1 second, y'all. Okay. All right. Let me get my screens up here. Let's child. Y'all, I'm so tired today. I think I worked too hard today, y'all. Oh my God. I worked super hard today. I said, damn, they might need to pay my ass today the way I work, honey. Maybe I feel like I've been in a field somewhere. But let's get into it. All right. So it says today's ruling answers a fundamental question whether a reasonable, fully informed observer would see Judge Roach's conduct and believe that he could fairly or impartially consider a motion for a new trial. According to the statement, said that we believe the facts and reasons addressed in the motion and applicable law that the judge was correct in granting the motion to recuse. All right, so Judge Roach is out of there. And now tomorrow's case will be focused on a new trial for Karmelo. So we already got one win today, right? So we need that same guy to come on back in here tomorrow to go in that courtroom, honey, walk through them halls and get the right decision made for Karmelo, right? And we know it's going to happen. We're going to speak it into existence. But let's go ahead and get into Karmelo Anthony's attorney's statement that they released after the recusal. Okay, y'all pardon me on this because this is kind of small. So for immediate release, Stand with Karmelo Coalition. All right, said for immediate release, August the 19th of 2026, media contact, and it gives the email statement from the legal team for Karmelo Anthony on Judge Sid Harley's ruling to recuse Judge John Roach from Karmelo Anthony's proceedings. All right, Collin County, Texas. On behalf of our client, Karmelo Anthony, we are pleased that Judge Sid Harley granted his motion to recuse Judge John Roach from further proceedings in the case. Said we appreciate the judge for traveling from San Antonio to hear this matter objectively. Today's ruling answers a fundamental question whether a reasonable, fully informed observer would see Judge Roach's conduct and believe that he could fairly and impartially consider a motion for a new trial. So we believe that the facts and reasons addressed in this motion and applicable law that the judge was correct in granting the motion to recuse. So hallelujah for that. All right. We're going to read all of that. We don't need it. Okay. Let's see what it says. They said these are just three examples of extrajudicial public commentary after ensuring a gag order was in place for all party or other parties involved since July 28th of 2025. It says that Judge Roach had an obligation to engage in conduct that protects the integrity of the judicial process and the justice system. Now, today, Judge Harley ruled that the fundamentals test to consider is whether a third party looking in would perceive Judge Roach's conduct as impartial. Said he did not. Therefore, he ruled in Karmelo's favor by recusing Judge Roach. Said we respect the court's ruling on the facts and look forward to presenting the merits of Karmelo's motion for the new trial to a fair and independent judge said, we are grateful for everything and who was there to support of righting this injustice. It said that we look forward to Karmelo's opportunity to present on motion for a new trial tomorrow before what we believe will be a neutral and impartial judge. Said that we will work to ensure Karmelo receive every protection and every measure of due process guaranteed to him under the Constitution of the United States and the laws of the state of Texas. Okay, and that's what we want. We just want it to be fair, right? So let's get into the news portion of this because I did pull that. All right, it's we're shocked that Judge Roach was removed. Well, bitch, he need to be removed. Okay, he should have been removed. Shouldn't have even been on there in the first doggone place. So let's get into it. It's on site. We're going to take a look at this. Texas judge who presided over Karmelo Anthony's case removed from overseeing his appeal. Let's get into it.
Begin with breaking news in McKinney as Karmelo Anthony works to appeal his conviction and seeks a new trial. Within the past hour, the judge who presided over the murder trial has been removed from the case. Let's go straight to our JD Miles, who was inside the courtroom when that decision was announced. So, JD, what can you tell us?
Well, Karen, from everyone I've spoken to in the legal community, they found this decision today very surprising. But as Judge Sid Harrell, the visiting judge, said himself when he made this ruling, this was far from a typical murder trial. The hearing lasted only an hour. The only evidence presented was 18 minutes of a raw interview that Judge John Roach did with a media outlet 2 days after the verdict in June. The defense tried to use that interview to show that the judge was biased by saying he agreed with the jury and other things. And in the end, the visiting judge agreed and granted the recusal. Now, earlier this morning, there were protests and there were demonstrations and chants outside the Collin County Courthouse. I was inside the courtroom where Karmelo Anthony appeared for the first time since the last day of his trial. He was in a dark green prison jumpsuit with shackles. He looked noticeably thinner. The judge allowed the defense to remove those shackles during the hearing. After the defense played audio of the...
I know that's right. Take the shackles off my feet.
Interview, appeals attorney Russell Wilson argued that the judge violated canons of conduct not to speak about
what I read this morning. Several canons of conduct. Didn't we read that this morning in Car Chronicles? I'm telling you, I'm on my shit over here.
The case when a case is pending or there's an impending hearing, which in this case is the appeal. The visiting judge didn't agree with everything the defense said, but in his ruling, he said, quote, "In my opinion, there was a period where a motion for a new trial could be filed, and I believe Judge John Roach believes he can be fair in this matter. I believe he can be fair in this matter, but that's not the..."
Begin with breaking news in McKinney as...
Yeah, he cannot be fair and impartial, okay? Think about it. 18 minutes of an interview that he did directly after the case with Karmelo is what got his ass hemmed up. Now, I believe that everything happens for a reason, okay? I'm low-key happy that he did it, right? I'm low-key happy that he did that interview because had he not done that, they would not have a footing to stand on in terms of this recusal case. So thank God that Judge Roach did what he did, right? Oh, yeah. Thank God he did what he did. So now that's going to be another push into tomorrow's case for the new trial. Now, we already have a, hold on. I already have the info for the new judge. Hold on. Did I send it over? Give me a second, y'all. I'm sorry. Hold on. Yeah, I did. All right. Yeah, we already know who the judge is going to be, honey, for this case here. Yes, God. We already got that. Let's get that pulled over. Because we own it, baby. We own it, doggone it. All right. We own it, doggone it. So this new judge, and I hear he's a good judge, and he's very much so impartial. He is very much so fair. So look at the Lord, honey. Let's go ahead and get into this. All right. He is a Caucasian persuasion, but he is fair. All right. He is fair. And I saw something too where Judge Roach was saying that all of his career, he's never been recused from a case. Like he was bragging on that. Well, bitch, now you can add that to your roster that you have been recused. You finally been recused. See, when you get to talking too much, All right, so a new judge has been assigned to preside over tomorrow's hearing on whether Karmelo Anthony will be granted a new trial. Mr. Michael B. Chitty will hear the motion, and he is a retired judge from Coffin County. All right. Now, Mr. Chitty is stepping in after Judge John Roach was removed from any and all further proceedings during a hearing held today. So shout out to Judge Chitty. All right. Now I did some reading up on him. He is very fair. All right. I didn't see anything negative about him. So I have all the hope in the world that tomorrow's trial will be it will move in the direction it needs to move into. All right. So Mr. Michael B. Chitty, we calling your name out today. That you do the right thing tomorrow, okay? Because we on a winning streak here, right? So Mr. Chitty, all right? Y'all keep Mr. Chitty's name in your mouth. All right. So let's move on. Mr. Chitty Bang Bang, you better get in there and bang tomorrow. All right, we're gonna have to go and cuss you on out tomorrow. Now, don't get in there on no bullshit. Don't get in there on it. All right, let's move along because Claressa Shields, honey, calls out her ops for linking up with Remy Ma, and she threw some shade towards Remy. So I feel another diss track coming. All right, in my spirit. Said that y'all teamed up with a washed up rapper. Now, when has Remy been washed up? Child, see, every time Remy Remy ain't said nothing about you, child. Here you go again. Now I be trying to give you the benefit of the doubt. The pick-me's and the side pieces them been getting mad at me because I've been calling you out. And here you go on the mess again. Shout out to my girl Shar, okay? Let's get into this. Let's get.
Oh, you used to be cool. I don't know what happened. Play with me. Huh? Man, you're not about to play with me. That girl is a bum. Oh, Lord. She's a bum. She's a hater. And then look, you know you beating these bitches' ass when they all start teaming up. Them hoes is teaming up with a fucking rockstar rapper. Her, Amanda, trying to fucking be down. Like, y'all can't beat me one-on-one, so y'all gotta go team up and make it seem like y'all doing something. Y'all are some losers. Go and knock bitches out. Go and win. Go and sell. Oh, you used to be cool. I don't know what happened. Play with me.
How you gonna call Remy a bum and she literally got songs that's charting and you don't? I mean, yeah, you a champion. You know, you're a boxing champion. You just won your little fight and whatnot. But Remy, she's good in her own right as well. You a boxer and you good. She's a rapper and she over there doing what she needs to do, being recognized and charting. I ain't seen none of your raps charting, right? So you can't be saying she's a bum. Remy takes care of herself. She ain't over there taking care of no man like you doing, right? She was doing it when she was with Papoose, when he was over there stealing her jewelry and pawning it and whatnot. So she got rid of her fuck nigga and released him to the streets, and you went out there and captured him. And now you taking care of him. So who's the bum? Girl, goodbye. Let's play it one more time.
Huh? Man, you're not about to play with me. That girl is a bum. Oh, Lord. She's a bum. She's a hater. And then look, you know you beating these bitches' ass when they all start teaming up. Them hoes is teaming up with a fucking rockstar rapper. Her, Amanda, trying to fucking be down. Like, y'all can't beat me one-on-one, so y'all gotta go team up and make it seem like y'all doing something. Y'all are some losers. Go and knock bitches out. Go and win. Go and sell. Oh, you used to be cool. I don't know.
Everyone want to be out here fighting like you, child. Anybody got to be out here knocking people out to be successful? She is so shallow-minded. I swear. I be trying to like you, Claressa, but every time I get to that cusp of trying to like you, you make me double back and be like, nah, I ain't gonna do it today. I'm like, nah, I'm good. I ain't about to fool with her because I already know what you be on. All right. Now I ran across this topic right here, okay, and I want to talk about it because this is the daughter of one of my favorite groups back in the day. Do you guys remember the group Color Me Bad? Okay, I wanna X you up. Y'all remember the song? I mean, they had a lot of hits back in the day. I was a huge fan of Color Me Bad, but I did not know that one of their members was doing all of this to his children and was living this type of lifestyle off the stage. Now, Kevin Thornton, one of the Color Me Bad bandmates, is being accused of religious abuse and exposes childhood sexual abuse. Sound like he might have been some type of cult or something. That's why you just never know what a person is doing outside of. Like you see a person on stage, you're like, oh my God, I love them. But then you just don't really know what they have going on behind closed doors. And this is a huge example of that. So daughter of Color Me Bad singer, we're going to get into what she had to say about what she had to endure growing up. And shout out to Golden Her Stories because that's what it originated from. But shout out to Tyrese because he reposted it. So let's get into what she had to say. I was shocked. Oh, shit. Let's share, okay? Let's share so y'all can see with me. Oh, y'all, I'm so tired. Y'all bear with me. I'm so tired. Oh, my God, today was rough. All right, let's go.
There's absolutely no excuse for the things that he's done.
What did your father do for work?
He was in a R&B group called Color Me Bad, I Wanna Sex You Up. Very prominent in R&B. He apparently met my mother when she was 13. They're 7 years apart. She had my sister, Destiny, when she was 19.
Tell me about your childhood. How would you describe it?
Chaotic. We grew up in a very religious household, getting beat with the Bible to the point where we would have bruises on our bodies from him turning the Bible into our chest. People would come over to the house, people from the church or people they would meet. We would do an exorcism on them and watch so many crazy things. When my sister got abused by her baby's father, my dad blamed her. It's her fault because she chooses bad men. She did this to herself, was his exact words. Didn't help her, didn't come to see her. She was pregnant. One thing about my dad is he's a Catholic. We had this stick called the Rod of Correction. It had Bible verses on it and our names on it. And anytime, we get in trouble, like we would get beat with the Rod of Correction.
So you guys remember the guy here from Color Me Bad from the group? This is him. I had no idea that this dude was into this type of craziness behind the scenes.
Because that was from the Bible.
Whose idea was that?
My father's. And when I tell you those beatings, they loved those beatings. If you didn't cry and beg, they would just keep going until you did. And it was like a gleam in their eye.
Wow.
They loved the beatings. Sorry. There's just so much I'm trying to think. We had was a program where the children of the youth group could write letters to inmates unsolicited. They're not reading the letters, they're just sending them to make these prisoners come to God, I guess. My sister wrote to one, she's 14. He got out and came to the church. My father befriended him, and not long after, he started raping my sister, got her name tatted across his chest.
Y'all hearing this?
My dad knows about that. He'll deny it to this day, but he knew about that and the videos. They were best buds.
Why the fuck would you have your 14-year-old daughter, writing a person in prison? Obviously, if you're in prison, you did something really bad, right? There's jail and then there's prison. Why would you have your 14-year-old daughter writing a grown-ass man in prison only for this person to get out and seek out this child and begin inappropriately doing things with said child, and you don't do shit about it? Yeah, child.
He always said Destiny was mature for her age. My father.
She was still a child.
Destiny's fast. She's a slut. Then he hosted a men's group at our house. Come to find out, all of these men he had to the house were pedophiles. They'd have Bible study and he would try to deliver them. They can't even be in the radius of children. They can't even be in proximity to children. And you have pedophiles in your home with your kids. Was a
What about your mom?
She was like his right-hand man. My mom's way of playing with us. She would get on top of us and pin us to the ground and spit in our mouth and spit in our face. We couldn't move our face. She would pin us and then she would force us and she wouldn't get up. I don't understand that. My dad had other kids from different women, my brother and my other sister. They got custody. My mom definitely treated them subhuman. She would lock him in his room for a day.
What type of religion is this? This is some demonic bullshit, right? This is why a lot of people turn away from religion, because of things like this. This is not of God, right? This is not of God. Now, the rod of correction, that is in the Bible, but you don't beat a person beat them to a pulp until they just beg you like slavery, especially your kids. And most dads don't really beat their daughters that way. You do discipline your kids, but not in that manner. That's some slavery, some Kunta Kinte type shit, right? And then who holds their child down, pin them down, by the hands and get down on their face and spit in their face and mouth? What type of shit is this? These kids are ruined. I hope they got therapy. Color Me Bad member, you need to be locked up, okay? I don't even want to hear no music from the group no more.
The point where he would shit himself in the corner.
No food.
And then my sister Brianna, she would treat her like a slave. She made her run to school and then drove beside her, scream at her and yell at her the whole way to school. They took her everything. No door, mattress only, no sheets. They cut her hair. They gave her one outfit to wear, took her makeup, face wash, hair products, took everything. And they would let us know, you can't talk about what's happening, because my dad was the preacher.
What about your mom? What age did the sexual stuff start for you?
So it was when I was 15, but when I would get molested on the bus, I was honestly as early as I can remember. I was in 3rd grade or 2nd.
3rd grade is a baby. Who is messing with a child on the bus? The bus in 3rd grade.
It would happen throughout my period of time there. I told the bus driver, and the bus driver told my parents, and that's when they didn't do anything about it, so it kept happening. And I just started being quiet about it and just let it happen.
This is with who?
All the kids on the bus, they would just force me in the corner and just touch me and kiss me. And, I didn't understand it, but I knew it was wrong. So I told my parents about it, and they didn't do anything about it. Understandably so. Now understanding my father's relationship with pedophiles, my father's relationship with my mother, if it walks like a duck and talks
I am shocked.
like a duck.
What age did you mention that your mom used to have you strip naked? And
Yes. When I was 6, Brian is one of the Color Me Bad members. He was staying with us for a short period of time. Brian never did anything. He was just there, but for some reason...
Brian, you are also guilty. If you lived with them, you saw some shit that was not right. And if you did not report it, then you were part of the problem. If you saw them being beaten with this stick, if you saw people being pinned down and spit on, if you saw inappropriate touching, etc., and you did not report that, I don't give a hot, boiling, fried hibachi damn if you was in the band, if that was your friend. You also become a part of the problem, okay, and a suspect, so to speak, because you saw something and did not protect said children, okay?
They had me go into his room naked. They had me strip and walk into his room and just were laughing like it was funny.
It's almost like your parents were offering you up to him.
Yeah.
At 6 years old.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess.
Your parents never got caught with any pedophile charges or anything like that?
No. They're so good at making people believe that they are God.
There are real cults out there to do this. Right? And they are infatuated with doing these types of things with children because it's the innocence in a child that draws them to being with a child. Like it's no fun to be with an adult, consenting adult who can say yay or nay in situations like that. So they turn their attentions and older men, and y'all know in other cultures and other countries, they have older men who marry 12 and 13-year-old girls to make them brides. And we all know that 12 and 13 years old, mentally, they're not capable of being anybody's wife. But in other countries and cultures, they marry 10, 11, 12, 13-year-olds, and they have babies with these girls. And they're made to be asexual with these old-ass men. And I'm just like, what the fuck do you see in a child? And it's almost the same situation with this. And it's surprising to me that this guy from Color Me Bad was never arrested on any type of charges from abuse to sexual assault, because that's exactly what it is. And then they try to hide that type of behavior in religion. I just never understand that.
God's like chosen people. It was so suffocating because we all were so angry.
You mentioned
They pray for me to get in such a bad car accident that they prayed for me to become paralyzed. They've prayed for me to become so dismembered and so disfigured in my face so that God could humble me. They still do, probably. They think that I'm in rebellion of God when I cut them off. And of course, it's rebellion of my father, but they assume that's God. I did get in an accident. Nothing happened. I'm very protected. And I'm not afraid of my father. I could have died. I was on a major highway in Dallas and I slid off the highway. The only thing that stopped my car from flipping was a sewer drain. My parents sat there and told me that God's trying to get my attention. And then that I deserved it. They literally said I deserved it. My car was fucked. Come to find out, they had been telling people that I got in this car accident and making this GoFundMe for attention and for pity. And they stand by that. They pray. And all we ever have done is love our parents. We thought the world was against us because that's what they would do.
I can't take no more. What do y'all think about this Color Me Bad member? Kevin Thornton, the black guy in Color Me Bad, was actually bad. Is that where the name of the group came from? This psycho behavior, Color Me Bad. I don't want to hear no more of their music now. Like, I am so not a fan no more. And I used to really love this group, but it goes to show you don't know what's going on in people's house. You don't know their mentality. You just don't know. You see people on stage, you adore them, and you be like, oh my God, I love their music. Oh my God. And you fan out. But then when you hear shit like this, I be like, ugh, right? He looks crazy, don't he? He looks possessed now. Now that you're telling the story, ma'am, he looks possessed. Like, I can't listen to y'all no more. All right, yeah. I don't want to hear no more Color Me Bad. Y'all sound off. That is so sad. Pray over your children, honey. And all this crazy mess. If y'all see something, say something, all right? It's a sad situation for children to have to be in toxicity like that. Parents, we're supposed to protect our children, but when you put them in situations as such, I don't know what to say. This man needs to be in jail. Okay, he needs to be in jail. But let's get into it. Shout out to Reality Blurb. We're going to get into the reality TV portion of the show now. Porsha Williams addresses the current status with Shamia and K. Michelle. Said that Shamia's mom alleged Jezebel diss and Kelly muting her name on IG. Said it plus Nene's possible return to Real Housewives of Atlanta, update with Dennis, and divorce settlement. So let's get into some things. And I ran across this. I said, oh, this could be some tea. All right, let's get into it. That's a great picture of Porsha. I was about to say, who the hell is that? That's K. Michelle. All right, so Porsha Williams revealed where she stood with Shamia Morton and K. Michelle following a filming on The Real Housewives of Atlanta season 17 during an interview on Friday. Now, as she also responded to the suggestion that Shamia's mom, rather, Sarah Morton, had called her a Jezebel, reacted to Kelly Potter's muting her name on Instagram, and shared her thoughts on Nene Leakes, who is 58 years old, returning to Bravo. Porsha, who is 45, commented on her divorce from Simon Gubati, who is 62. Damn, I didn't realize Simon was that much older than her. Offered an update on her ex-fiance, Dennis McKinley, who is 45, and more. Let's read more, child. This is juicy. All right. So it says it just is what it is. Porsha said of her relationship with Shamia, who is 44, after an August the 14th interview with Entertainment Tonight. She said, I'm continuing to flourish. I'm a very happy person, and I'm just really enjoying the people who are respectful of my boundaries. She said that I'm not really focusing on anything that seems negative for me. As for K. Michelle, said that Porsha admitted that she was unsure of what their future held. Now, I told you guys and showed you guys this morning that the two of them have moved past their issue in terms of them arguing, and K. Michelle being upset with Porsha for mentioning her miscarriage, So they hugged it out, and we did see where Porsha did congratulate and compliment K. Michelle on her new album / music. The two of them have kumbaya, so they back friends again. Okay, I like that. Fight a little bit and then be friends again. So she says, I don't know. She says, I know what I felt. She says, but I felt this way before. She said, I felt hopeful about us moving forward before, she explains, noting that her and the 44-year-old singers, which is K. Michelle's first scene of season 18, would be telling of where they go. She said, I could see that she was coming to a realization of some things at the reunion. And I think that that's a really powerful person to be able to say, you know what? I think maybe I was wrong. I think maybe that might have been the wrong road. She said that's her favorite thing to say, wrong road. She said, I think that that's great for somebody to take accountability in that way. Porsha noted. Said as for K. Michelle's claims that Shamia's mom had slammed her as a Jezebel after their messy feud, said that Porsha refused to speak about the mothers. She said that my mother is the most important person in my life besides my daughter. She says, and I respect her so much. Honestly, the parents and spouses, she said that they don't get paid to do this. She reasoned, and they don't. I feel like you should not bring mothers into that, because that's when things can really go left, right? You know, everybody love their mom. So they said that they are literally coming on the show, sharing my life with me on camera. She said they didn't ask for it, because they love and they want to support me. So I really hate that my mom was brought into the situation in such a negative way. Now, when asked about Kelly muting the terms Porsha and Drew Drew Sidor, who was 41 years old, in her Instagram comments, Porsha suspected her co-star's algorithm would be negatively impacted. She said, I don't think that would be a good I don't think that would be good for the algorithm, or for her algorithm rather. She said that she might want to add us back in there because what else are they going to be talking about? That's shade. She was like, girl, you done took me out your algorithm. You might as well put me back because ain't nobody checking for your ass like that unless I'm on there. I get it. That's shade. Says that moving on to Nene and her potential return to Real Housewives of Atlanta, Porsha explains where there's a will, there may be a way. So she and Nene are back friends again as well because y'all know they had their little spat on Netflix. What was it? The Upshaws. Y'all remember they both were supposed to be on the Upshaws, and Porsha was talking to production and saying that, she didn't want Nene on the show, Porsha stepped back from the show. Nene moved forward with being on the Upshaws. So, but since then, the two of them have ironed out their differences, thank God. So, because, Nene was the one who actually brought Porsha onto the show. So great for them. She said, can I see her with the cast? Of course. But I think the last season she left, it was like everybody wanted to attack the queen, she recalls. She said, so you already see how the little birds are chirping now. She said the birds are chirping now. So if the queen came back, they'd probably be chirping at her too, but she can handle it. We know Nene can handle it, right? We know Nene can handle it. Damn, they put a lot. I'm going to read all this shit. Okay, let me see. Let me skim through and see if it's something this tea. So they talking about ultimate girl trips. I don't care. I watched one episode and I really don't care no more because I'm not a huge fan of Giselle and all that on there. Yeah, no, I'm good. Vicky Gumperson and all them. I like them from OC, and then a couple girls, from the other Real Housewives of Atlanta franchises. But child, I'm just not interested in girls trip like that. Yeah, we don't care about the rest of that. So we really heard about what we wanted to on this one about Shamia and Kelly, and then of course Nene. Okay, so we're gonna move on because I don't want to waste my time on that. Let's get into some other things. The coup de grace, No Chaser TV. Shout out to you on this one. Where I think that Tasha K done pissed off Claudia, baby, because she is reading down today, honey. She done went after Porsha. Child. Okay. So let's get into it. So Claudia Jordan explains the origin of her issues with Porsha. I didn't know she had no issue with Porsha. And says that Kelly paid Phaedra's law firm $10,000 for services. Now, from what we heard, that Phaedra represented her pro se because Kelly ain't had no damn money. She did it kind of like a friend, like a favor type thing. So I didn't even know that behind the scenes $10,000 was exchanged and given to Phaedra. Okay. So let's get into it. No Chaser TV. Let's go.
He's cool as hell.
Okay. He's very nice. Go ahead.
You know who he is because he be bailing your girl out of jail when she gets mugshots taken. Okay, that's one. He was around since Cordell.
Matter of fact, what do you mean when she get mugshots taken? I think Porsha only has like 2 mugshots, I think. Oh my God.
In fact, when I met Porsha, he invited me to lunch and to dinner, and I met her. She was a sweet girl, fresh out of getting out of the divorce. And I was introduced to her as she was his girlfriend. So imagine my surprise when we went out that night and his other rich friend comes and Porsha says, I need to get that. So that was my first issue with her because my friend I'm introduced to you as my friend's girl and you go behind his, to me, you're telling me you want to step on my boy. I'm looking at you crazy. And I've always looked at her sideways since then. So there's your origin story, ladies and gentlemen. I lost respect.
Wow.
If I meet just someone that Dustin's dating, right, and he introduced me to his man or whatever, and then in that same night when we're out, his man's see somebody else rich and it's oh, I'm gonna go get that. I'm not I'll look at you crazy now because how dare you tell me you about the shit on my person that I fuck with, that I'm friends with. Okay, that's number one.
I get it.
Number two, this is a guy that has had her back for a very long time and played the back for a very long time. He was around for a lot of the stuff. Go naked hair, investors, hooking up with people that cards me. I'm giving y'all everything. So now y'all can be mad at me all you want. I don't give a fuck because it's the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. And
Tasha K, I blame you for this. Because Claudia was over here chilling out. She was not reading nobody down. She was not popping off on nobody. Tasha K, you done pissed Claudia off yesterday, going after her, talking about her being messing around with a married man. Now Porsha catching strays over Tasha K. Damn. Let's keep going, child.
Lord. That reunion. If you think this is defamation and I'm lying, file a lawsuit. Okay? But you can't.
Wow.
So anyways, the guy he's had her back for a very long time. But, when she went and got married to Simon, all that, whatever, I think that maybe caused a little bit of a rift. And I don't know where they are right now, but there was a time where Kelly and him were kicking it because they called me one time and said hi. And that's,
I don't even know why I'm looking surprised because they did say on the reunion that Kelly and Porsha did mess with the same guy. Like, damn, is there enough guys in Atlanta where they got to be double dipping like that? Porsha be getting around. Shit. So let's keep going.
How I got introduced to her.
The guy and Kelly called you.
Yeah. And they said, what's up? And there was no shade. There was no talking about Porsha. Her name was not even mentioned. There was not. I will say this. He don't be out there like trashing Porsha like that. He wasn't. And I thought she was like cool. That he just said, what's up? She said, what's up? Whatever. Me and Kelly do not be talking all the time like that. It was a couple DMs.
I didn't know y'all talked at all. This is the first I've heard.
Like about what we say in the show. It wasn't no feeding her info, her feeding me info. It has been none of that. Except today, there was a little contact today where she told me a couple of things. She actually did pay Phaedra's law firm some money. So it wasn't all free. But she did say Phaedra did the work pro bono with the company. Oh, sorry. Was I supposed to say that? Anyways, she did give her 10 racks. Damn. So I like the truth to be out.
Don't remind me never tell Claudia none of my damn business. Claudia just be slipping up telling shit, right? Was I supposed to say that? Damn, Claudia.
Because I think when people be like, oh, you was broke and she did it for free for you, you should shut the fuck up. No. What else do you want to know about the guy? He's cool people.
I think yeah.
A lot of people rock with him. He's cool people. He's the connect to a lot of people with money. A lot of people know him. He knows everyone that got bread.
So that's why Porsha was messing with him, because he's to connect to people with money, and he got some money. Because Porsha don't mess with nobody broke, and I respect that, right? Because you got standards too. But damn, Porsha.
Yeah, he does, and he's definitely had peace back for a very long time. He's never trashed her to me. He's not like a methy. He's not a bitch like that. He's just not. He's never trashed. So I want you to know that, Porsha, that he's able to be friends with multiple people that rock with you and don't, without being a messy person. Like, he's not like that. I just know a lot of things from him, and like just from, I'm very observant, and I know people in that circle as well. He introduced me to people in Nigeria that actually gave me tea that I put on the show. That wasn't his fault.
Look how Dustin looking at her like, bitch, why? Okay. Dustin don't look like he's for this right here, what Claudia is doing. And you can just tell by the expression on his face. He's not said not one word except, okay, Dustin ain't for this shit.
He introduced me and I was on my own after that. You know what I'm saying? But as you know, and I think it has been proven more than once, that my tea don't be fake. It just be early. Oh. I like black tea, English breakfast. It's very good. He's cool as hell.
He's very nice. Go ahead.
You know who he is, because he be bailing your girl out of jail when she gets mugshots taken.
Damn, Claudia. What y'all think about that? So Claudia Jordan Child shares how she lost respect for Porsha, and she also reveals that a conversation with Kelly Potter, I didn't even know they even had conversations, where she claims that Kelly told her that now Kelly told you that. I don't believe it. I'm going to have to see an invoice now, because Kelly be lying. All right, Kelly, do you even have $10,000, as much money as you owe everybody? Your ass already got a garnishment coming anyway. But anywho, so they're saying that she did pay Phaedra's law firm, T&K, for their services. So I don't know. I don't know. We'll have to see if they talk about that on part 3 of the reunion. Probably not. But yeah, let's keep going. And let's get into, while we're talking about Claudia, let's do it back to back, because she is reading Peter. And now I actually agree with what she's saying right here with this Peter situation. We've already talked about what I felt about Peter thinking that Cynthia should have bought his house while he was going in the pen. I already told y'all how I felt about the shit. But let's go ahead and get into it. Shout out to the Carlos King. So it said that reality. Hold on, no. It says that Carlos King's viral interview with Peter Thomas, and then they're going to do the reactions, okay? Pay attention to what Claudia has to say. So Dustin, Claudia, Mandy claps back at Peter Thomas, right? Comments on Cynthia. I don't know why he feels this sense of entitlement, but let's see what they have to say.
First of all, the way he even talked about this, and Peter, yes, we love you. We want you to win. We really do. Cynthia y'all been divorced. She got married to someone else, divorced, and is in another relationship. And you're saying it's her fault that you lost your condo because you're going to jail for your actions is Cynthia's fault. I know you fucking lying. And no, that is not, and I can't believe he put that on Cynthia. And I'm glad, Carlos, you pushed back in that interview on it, and because you should have. And Peter, I know you want to get credit for doing the right thing. Like, well, I didn't take half our money in the divorce like I could have. She also didn't have to give you this much money for when you was on the show. That was crazy to me.
What's also crazy, and Claudia, I wanted to even pinpoint that, like when he was up in Charlotte with the new restaurant, and there were all these even rumors about him sleeping with the alleged employees.
Yeah,
even Cynthia never came out, and like Claudia said, and
he was sleeping with waitresses, and this was during the time that he was said to have been with Cynthia, right? Yeah, he was been with Cynthia during that time, and he was going to Charlotte for bar one there, and it was said that the bar girls and waitresses was messing around with Peter. Yeah, I heard that too, honey.
Bashed him for the demise of their marriage. So for him to even be like, we just did the podcast, we had lunch, for him to still have not gotten that backlash from her, for him to sit up in front of you and even make it seem like it was her fault is just like, oh, babe.
And he said in the interview, I don't want to talk to Cynthia every day. Oh, you don't want to talk to me every day, but you want my money.
You wanted me to buy you wanted my money to get you out of a bind.
Okay, so here's the thing. Number one, Cynthia don't owe Peter shit.
Boom.
Full stop right there. Peter is Cynthia's ex-husband, twice removed.
Thank you.
Okay, and so she's not even thinking about this. Second of all, it is very audacious. It is very haughty and arrogant to assume that she is obligated to make a real estate purchase, to offer you security upon your release. And when you list out the options that she had, you can rent it out, you can Airbnb it, you can even sell it. I don't care. I just need you to buy it. You could have done all those same things as well. The same way you told that girl where the interview location was and to ride with you and sit on your lap and do an interview and talk to Carlos, you could have had her young ass managing that.
Boom.
She's young and able. She seems, has a sharp mind.
Carlos.
So she should have been able to run them spreadsheets and have a schedule and run your property and manage your businesses. That's not it's not Cynthia's.
I love Dustin right here. Look at Carlos. Carlos, I don't feel like you dug in Peter's ass enough in that interview. Like you did kind of stop him a little bit when he was saying that Cynthia was obligated to take on to take on buying this damn house of his or this townhome. But I don't feel like you pressed him enough. Maybe because you scared of Peter. Peter is known to be up and fighting folk, right? He is Jamaican. He do have a little attitude about him, right? In the sense of entitlement. But Dustin, you talking right. Let's keep going. I love it.
Responsibility to do anything for Peter Thomas. When I met Peter and was around Peter, was a great time, good energy, and he was doting and loving towards Cynthia. But post-divorce, Peter has shown himself to consistently overshare about their financial business. We didn't know Cynthia was giving him a percentage of her salary for all of those years until he shared that. He's always speaking negative.
And I feel like he pressed her to do that. I don't feel that Cynthia would have done that on her own, given a portion of her salary from Real Housewives of Atlanta to Peter. Because Peter, nobody asked, well, maybe she did ask you to be on the show, but I don't feel like it was to the point to where you had to stop your job and all that. Because, bitch, you didn't have to be on that every scene, right? You pop in a few times, let everybody know she was dating you or whatever, to see you a couple times here and there. But you was trying to be like Nene said, stop being a bitch, all in women business. Like you were in scenes you didn't even have to be in. When the girls would be arguing, here come Peter getting screen time. Like, why are you here? You could be at work right now. So you getting a percentage from Cynthia from jumping in other people's business that you ain't supposed to be in? I feel like you was pimping the shit out of Cynthia. Low and high key. Let's keep going.
About her in the press. He won't say she ain't shit, but he'll try to paint her with a brush to appear as that way, and it's not fair.
First of all, the way he even talked about this, and Peter, we love you. We want you to win. We really do. Cynthia y'all been divorced. She got married to someone else. Divorce. And
what y'all think? Dustin, you brought it home, okay? Everything Dustin said. Now, I don't know about the part where he said that he was a doting husband. Ain't nothing doting about Peter, right? You wrecked this woman's finances like from day one. I feel like Peter had ulterior motives getting with Cynthia. He saw a cash cow. He saw she was in a position to where she didn't really need his ass. And I feel like he knew that he can come in there and get a few coins from her. And he did walk away with thousands that he never paid back. So, yeah, Peter, you a bitch ass nigga. And I said it when I reviewed it before. And you still a bitch ass nigga. Okay, you are. Moving right along. Let's get into this part 3. clip from the reunion of Real Housewives of Atlanta that they shared. And then we're going to get into Martell. All right. We can get into him. And then we're going to get on up out of here. Child. I need to go lay down a little bit, y'all. When I tell you I'm tired as a dog, Jesus. I need to recharge. I need to be 12 or something. My God. They worked the brakes off me today, child. My God. All right, so let's get into it. Bravo TV. Let's go. It says posting this for the plot. So here's your first look inside part 3 of the Real Housewives of Atlanta reunion. Let's go. Oh, Lord.
Welcome back to the Real Housewives of Atlanta reunion. Whether it was a rumor about lady parts or long toes, K. Michelle had us all scratching our heads and asking, who said that?
That's never going to get old.
Ever.
Y'all can sit here and say you care about people when y'all be sitting there plotting, trying to do stuff to people.
This girl stay crying like she had a funeral in every scene. I'd be like, Lord God.
Who's plotting? You know who you are.
You go around and tell everybody she knows black.
I said it one time.
Well, y'all are friends.
I don't know that then.
So what are you bothered by?
Because I don't need no you going around here telling folks
I
that I'm wearing no
nobody that, girl. What are you checking for? That vagina is clean. This one might be a little tense.
You've been promoting synthetic hair over there on Buford Highway. That never sold. And then you over there is fighting for a home with a whole man in a basement. And you want to worry about what a man got to say about me if my vagina smell like a sardine or like a glazed candle.
Not a glazed candle.
This was my face every single.
You over there fighting with a man in the basement.
Hey, Michelle, confessional.
Are you a confessional warrior?
Yes, I was.
Confessional
I was that
gangster.
exactly.
Confessional gangster.
Emotional. Confessional gangster.
Yes.
Emotional.
You're an emotional tweeter, too.
Okay, emotional.
Yes. You had social media in an uproar after revealing to the group that someone was plotting and planning against you. Can you explain what the plot and the plan were?
Someone asked me, how do you know black? And I'm like, huh? I don't really know black at all. So is this black? Let me go look in my DMs. I'm like, oh, okay. He is talking to himself. Oh, yeah. I said to him, we did a play together. I said,
hey,
oh, thank you for coming.
Whatever.
Hey, handsome, thanks for coming.
Okay.
I immediately handed over that text message because I didn't want it on me.
Before you ever mentioned him on camera DMing you.
Okay.
Yes. So as time goes on, it's around Atlanta that me and her are dating like the same man. So by the time we got to Dallas, and she say, your friend, why is it my friend?
Because you thought that they had met or spoken.
Yes. When you saw him on FaceTime, it seemed familiar.
And when we saw that scene, you acted like...
Drew, why you care like that if he's just your friend? You acting like he your boyfriend or something, the way you making faces over there and carrying on about this black dude with K. Michelle. You acting like that's your man.
Like you knew him.
Because even before I got there, that's why I had went in the DM when I was asked to know. Of course, I was going to sit there and look at him.
Oh,
Y'all not hiding nothing. I know, you know.
Okay.
I was very caught off guard when it was this whole fight almost between us.
Okay.
Because I never said anything about, you're married, you know?
And
like, first of all,
that was
I
the
wouldn't
thing
even think.
too.
And so were you. You just got divorced, Drew.
Like it was like, okay, is this what we're going to do? I just don't want to do it. So I was, of course, I was trying to get ahead of it.
Don't do that no more.
Okay, so let's move. So now, regarding Porsha's comment relating to the oyster. Okay,
yes.
By you bringing it up,
yes,
you caused something that I know you did not probably want discussed to then be discussed.
I felt as if it was going to be discussed anyway, and here I am again.
Okay.
Here I am.
You're trying to get in front of it.
Yeah, I'm coming in this.
Okay.
Y'all not gonna run one over on me.
So you thought because she said the oyster comment
but I had
that they were ramping up.
Yes.
Okay.
And
were y'all planning to bring this up?
No, I didn't even know about this story.
It's not something that is in our frontal.
But that's not foreign for these ladies to try and dig up past things.
All right, but I'm just
Kelly, shut your ass up. He talking to the other couch.
That's not what was happening.
We were all on this bus talking about Thanksgiving.
Yes.
Drew, she was like, you should fry fish.
And what does that mean to you? I'm
it
sorry.
means-
She's making the...
She's bringing it back to
She's
the
bringing
Okay,
it
but I
back.
never knew that. You're overthinking.
I might be overthinking.
Because you were on a mission to find it to be be true.
I relate to Kay so much on all this, and I know she may look crazy, but she's not.
I look crazy as hell.
You are me, and I am you. This first season, I put it all out there, especially when Phaedra and that whole girl, I was trying to push a square peg in a circle hole. I was gonna make it
figure
work.
it out. So that's what I was attempting to do when I should have let it flow and let it play out, and then say, well, you know what?
Yeah.
I know about this.
Let me just say this. I understand your perspective. So I appreciate you for sharing it because it is scary.
It's weird to me how K. Michelle is so off her game being on Real Housewives of Atlanta. I get it's a different breed of girls, but you're no stranger to reality TV. You've been on Love and Hip Hop, which is much more ratchet than this show right here. So you kind of know how production works. You know how things move. You know how the girls act. You were with ratchet girls on the show, girl. So coming over here with these girls who really don't play nice, you should have been well equipped. Like you really should have came in the door and kicked the damn door down and kind of knew how this shit worked and not be crying in every scene, walking away from scenes. Like, K. Michelle, you just were not yourself this season. Now, you are coming back next season. Hopefully, you learned some lessons from this season that you were on in terms of being, in your confessionals and saying crazy shit there when those things should have been said to the people when you were in said scene with them, right? So hopefully next season we'll get to see a better outlook with K. Michelle because this season, girl, you bombed.
Being a part of this group, the people that will try to come into the sisterhood, infiltrate and place wedges.
Yeah.
So Porsha and K. Michelle, we discussed the thing with your ex. Could it be that this person also was either trying to get back at her?
In time, 100%. She's saying today, he said I was still with him or sleeping with him.
He was saying
anywhere
he
around.
did.
That's
He
not,
said that.
that's not
He said he had left your home.
And
He did all of that.
So where do the two of you stand now, Porsha and Kay?
Okay, so we'll have to wait to see what the answer is when part 3 of the reunion come back this Sunday, 8/7 Central on the Bravo network. Okay, so that's the new clip that they just dropped today. Now, I pulled a clip that I thought was very interesting that we're going to watch where Martell did an interview talking about his marriage. And something kind of stood out to me when they showed the new clip for, give me a second. I'm going to talk as I do this. When they showed the new clip for, Love and Marriage Huntsville. Okay, give me one sec, because it's something that I saw. Martell was very uncomfortable sitting there with Ariane, and when I went back and pulled this old clip that I saw, it really made sense to me. I think that Martell is only using Ariane because they can get a nice little bag, together on the show versus, and I'm gonna go ahead and play the reunion part. And we're gonna play what Martell had to say, just so you guys can see what I'm talking about. All right. Watch how he is when he's around Ariane. All right. Martell, you've been on the show long enough to not be camera shy. All right. Hell, you've been fighting and screaming and hollering all these seasons. So I don't know why he's so off-put when it comes to him being around Ariane or her sitting there or just her being on the show, period. Like, this is somebody that you had a whole child with and sent 2 babies to the sky with. At the end of the day, I didn't see why he was so very much so uncomfortable in this space. But let's get into it. I'm going to share so we can see it again. We've already watched it, but I want you guys to, I'm pointing out something because I want y'all to see this. And then let's hear what he had to say in this interview, because it makes sense to me now. Okay. We know he's using Ariane. All right, let's go.
You guys just agree to $90 a square foot. You ain't got to be thinking about certain things that you guys not even familiar with.
He thinks he's the only builder at the table. Been in this thing for 20 years. I'm simply better than you.
Okay, bro.
We're trying to elevate the neighborhood. We lost the damn house.
Are y'all joking?
He better not ever say he better than me at nothing. I have a plan. It's called Wildly Successful Monster. High school, go, man.
University.
Anything Kimmy and Maurice can do to keep from talking about they bullshit is bring Monster back. We don't care about what, and nothing against the child. Well, he's 18 now, but nothing against you, Monster. But we don't want to see you this season. We want to see Kimmy and Maurice finish what they were talking about last season. Maurice saying he don't know if he want to be married to Kimmy anymore, right? Yeah, we want to hear about that. Yeah.
Said, hey, I don't think school's for you right now.
At the end of the day, Maurice, maybe you're not the best guy to teach him.
Martell, he stepped out his marriage, he cheated. She was pregnant.
I mean, how can you just mess your family up, huh? What made you want a relationship with a married man?
This girl came in
They messed up that family. That's my best friend. I thought he's Destiny's best friend. I think there has been some feelings developed between Martell and Destiny.
If I had $1 million to bet, have Martell and Destiny messing around, my money's going towards that. Give me my payout.
I never had interest in Destiny like that.
You tried to put your son in Maverick school, and he didn't get in. Talk about my son.
Get out the way, because this is about to get ugly.
All right, pay very close attention. I paused it here for a reason. Pay very, very close attention to how Martell seems so uncomfortable sitting beside Ariana. Look at his body language, his stance, just how he's sitting, how he's looking, his eyes, how his eyes are dancing around. Martell, what's going on between you and Ariana? Like, you guys have been messing around for well over a good decade, okay, or two, a good decade. And it's just so weird to me how you would have thought that he just met her yesterday, in terms of how uncomfortable he is being around her, especially in this one-on-one situation between the two of them. It's giving trafficking vibes. I'm sorry. I keep saying it, and I'm going to keep going back to that. It gives that Martell is her trafficking, person who's over trafficking when it comes to her. I feel like Ariana's in a trafficking situation. That's what it looks like, because this don't look like no relationship. I'm sorry. Let's keep going.
Let's go. Love and Marriage Huntsville. New season, Saturday, September 12th, 8/7 Central.
No, why didn't they show him with his hands like when he's looking like this? Y'all saw when we watched it before. Martell was like looking all crazy, sitting on the couch. Anywho, let's get to this interview, because I don't want to hold up my video. I'm ready to get off here. I'm tired. All right, so let's get into, he was very uncomfortable. But let's get into this interview that I pulled with Ariana. So Martell says about Martell, talking about Ariana, and also talking about Melody and the fact that he wishes that he would have, stayed his ass home and not did the things that he did, because pretty much he left a 85 for a 15. So Martell says that he was not thinking when he started his affair with the mistress / baby mama Ariana Curry. Okay. So here's the reason why. Do I feel like he loved her? I don't, because I feel like he would have married her by now. Right? I feel like he'd have married Ariana by now. Do I feel like he's trying to be in a relationship with her? No, I feel like he sees her as a money cow. I feel like he's trying to supplement his income, because the lifestyle that he had when he was with Melody, he didn't have to worry about money. They went on vacations. They were driving in nice cars, living in a nice neighborhood, in a nice home, wearing the nice clothes. Melody got his teeth fixed. Melody, everything was working for them. They had 2 homes at a very young age. They were doing very good, as 2 young African Americans in a couple, right? So then he gets with Ariana, and he's like, how can I recreate this situation? Hence the reason why he pushed her to go back to school, because it just didn't make sense for him to be with this loser who he's taking care of when he was drowning as well. So I feel like he's trying to recreate that situation, but deep down he wants to be back in the situation he was in, but he keeps bumping into that same wall, because Martell can't help himself, because he's so fucking stupid, right? He's so fucking stupid. I don't think he will admit out of his mouth that he wants to be back in the marriage with Melody, but his actions continue to show that he won't let go of that situation. He wants to be with her still. And the fact that Ariana is still clinging and holding on to, kind of like how it was in the beginning when he was with Melody, she's not going to let go, because she has to survive as well. He didn't want her to work, so he's her bread and butter, so to speak. So she's holding on for that fact that all. Do I think that Ariana loved Martell? I don't. I don't. I feel like she don't want to work. She hasn't worked in all of this time. So if she leaves Martell or lets Martell go, she got to take care of herself, all the bills, et cetera, right? He just got her car. He just paid for her to go back to school to get her nursing license, to be, I think an LPN or whatever. So great for her, because she should have been had the shit done. But Martell, I really feel like the 2 of them are using each other, right? Because what else is Martell going to do? He wasn't shit before he met Melody. Melody changed his life completely, right? And if it wasn't for Melody using her sources, Martell, you would be still in prison right now for the ATM theft and fraud situation that your ass was in, right? So let's go ahead and get into this clip that I ran into, and I want to play it. Let's get into this. Let's go. Okay.
Did he think that his wife, because he said that your side piece only really gave you like 15-20% of what you were missing?
Yeah, look at you, a producer. Yeah, okay, go ahead.
No, that's correct,
no,
right?
No, that's accurate.
Your wife was giving you 80%. But you were willing to risk that for 15 or 20?
I think that was very foolish of me to do such a thing. But at that time, I'm not thinking like, oh, my wife giving me 85% and she's giving me 15 or whatever. I wasn't thinking like that. So, I mean, if I had thought like that, I would have been like, hell no, I don't want that damn 15%. I'm going to stick in this house and sit my ass down somewhere. But that wasn't the case. I think that I wasn't thinking.
Okay, so let's go back. Shout out Middleton, all right? Let's play it one more time.
His wife, because he said that your side piece only really gave you like 15-20% of what you were missing.
Yeah, look at you, a producer. Yeah, okay, go ahead.
No, that's correct,
no,
right?
no, that's accurate.
Your wife was giving you 80%, but you were willing to risk.
I never understood what Martell said with it, that Melody was giving him 80%, because according to him, Melody was an awesome wife. Melody did all the things that Martell said that a wife should do. But it wasn't until she decided to leave him that she became this horrible person that he just could not stand anymore. And she became a horrible mother, according to him. But, during the time that they were good, if y'all go back and look at season 1, 2, oh, she's an awesome mom. She's this, da-da-da. So much so till you had another baby with her, right? If she was a horrible mother, why have another baby? Sugar mama. And then there was a baby before Sugar Mama that got AB ordered, right? So why keep having a baby with the person who you profess to be a horrible mom, right? And then the baby that Ariane AB ordered right before Sugar Mama was because she didn't want to be pregnant while Melody was pregnant, because y'all know Melody was pregnant prior to Sugar Mama, right? So that would have made Ariane and Melody pregnant at the same time, which would have been so fucked up, right? But I guess I understand why she did it. I don't know. I'm just not all for women having AB abortions, but it's your body, do what you want. But bottom line is, Martell, you were double dipping and you were doing some bullshit. But bottom line is, his idea of Melody giving 85% was because she did not want to give him fellatio, did not want to go down on him as often as he wanted her to, and have sexual activity with him when he wanted to. So Ariane was that person who he just used for sex. She didn't offer him anything else. Well, he did say she did listen to him, but then you had a wife who was willing to listen to you as well, but you chose to step out to be with someone else. Now, do I feel that Ariane is a better fit for Martell? And some of you guys are going to look at me like, real, what the fuck are you talking about? Think about what I'm saying here. I feel that Ariane is a better fit for Martell because of the type of person Martell is, because Ariane is also that way. They have the same mentality, right? Martell is much slower. I feel like that's who he should have been with. I feel like he was in constant competition when he was with Melody because she was on a different level mindset wise, right? Martell, you went to school and you got your little degree or whatever in special education, and that was with the help of Melody because you flunked out of that as well. So I feel like had Melody not come into Martell's life when she did, Martell would have been this dude from the projects, getting in trouble, committing crimes, in and out of jail, right? But you met somebody who was willing to see the good in you and take the little bit that you brought into the relationship, because you was a fuck boy back then, because you cheated back then as well, Martell. So she saw the little bit in you that she could see and use that in order to snowball that into the two of you guys being who you guys became and having what you guys had. Martell had nothing. If y'all look at Martell's story, Martell didn't even have decent shoes to wear to school. He had to cut people's grass just to have decent shoes to avoid being picked at school. So to meet somebody like Melody in college, where she gave him money to finish his education and helped him get through school since he dropped out because he was failing, right? Like, she really changed your life. She spent her money to fix your teeth so you can look good to stand beside her. She, put you in clothes so that you can look, presentable. Like, everything about him really came from her. I'm gonna be honest with you. Probably her credit and everything. It would not surprise me if her credit got all the cars and the houses that they had as well. Because, like I said, Martell didn't have shit. But bottom line is, I feel like he chose Ariane because Ariane was more so his speed. He didn't have nothing to be jealous of with Ariane because he was doing all the giving, right? He was doing all the giving and she was doing all the receiving, but she paid him back in probably head and things that he wanted her to do. But it just gives trafficking vibes to me. It don't give relationship vibes. So I feel like he's bringing her on the show this season in terms of trying to pimp her and get a second check so that he don't have to work as hard, right? Because he did admit that he pays all of her bills. He pays all of her bills and takes care of her. So I feel like he's now making her, pay him back from all the things that he's done over a decade for her. Okay. Buying her braces and all the things, buying her car with the marital funds or whatnot. But let's finish this.
I think that was very foolish. Go ahead.
No, that's great, right?
No, that's accurate.
Your wife was giving you 80%, but you were willing to risk that for 15 or 20?
I think that was very foolish of me to do such a thing. But at that time, I'm not thinking like, oh, my wife giving me 85% and she's giving me 15 or whatever. I wasn't thinking like that. So, I mean, if I had thought like that, I would have been like, hell no, I don't want that damn 15%. I'm going to stick in this house and sit my ass down somewhere. But that wasn't the case. I think that I wasn't thinking.
So he's with Ariane. He wasn't thinking. If he had his way, he would be back with Melody to this day. I mean, shit, why is he still trolling her? Why is he harassing her? Why is he taking her in and out of court? Why is he doing all the things that he's doing, right? He wants to be back there. He misses that lifestyle. But what do y'all think? I wanted to play that clip because when I saw it, I was just like, child. But thank you all for being here. We're going to go ahead and end this video, all right? We're going to end this video because child, I need to get some rest, all right? I don't know if I'm going to pop back in later on because what is it, 7:30? Unless it's some breaking news. So I'll probably see you guys tomorrow for Car Chronicles. Please keep your notifications on. Shout out to my Top Flight Miles for doing an awesome job. Tiffany Thomas, Rose Armstead, and Truth TV Podcast. And thank you to all the content creators that joined this live. Thank you to all my Karmelians as well, okay? Says that he ain't even get his builder's license. Well, he does have them now, okay? To his defense, I hear Martell does have his builder's license finally now, okay? So, yeah, finally now he does have his builder's license. So it took him only 1,000 years to get the hose. I'm like, damn, it's open book, Martell. How you keep failing the open book test? At some point in time, you're going to run across the same damn questions, right? So how the hell you keep getting the same questions wrong? But anywho, C. Miller says that, yeah, Melody was the brain. Yeah, she really turned his life around. Tiffany says that Ariane did say in those recordings that Martell was terrified of going back to Terry Heights, which is the hood. Yeah, yeah. So Melody definitely changed his life. It was not, I don't think he's ever lived that way until he got with Melody. And Melody not only took care of him, she was taking care of Marlene, which is his mom. That's why she cried like hell when Martell came to that house and said Melody filed for divorce. She's divorcing because she knew that her lifestyle was getting ready to change as well. Melody was not going to keep paying her damn rent for her to stay in no nice plush brick house over there, driving the Escalade. Like she was living nice over there. But once Melody decided to divorce, she divorced all of them. And Marlene had to move into a 2-bedroom apartment. She had to bust her ass down to a 2-bedroom apartment because, you know, she works at the hospital, child, cleaning up in hospital. All right. But yeah, so her lifestyle changed as well. So Martell kind of fucked it up for everybody. Okay. And that's why he's mad because what else is he going to do? April says that Martell knows that he messed up and that he's mad that he messed up his. Yeah, he's still mad about that shit. I feel like every night he think about it, when he look at his life, I feel like every day he thinks about that shit and he regret it. Every time he see Ariane, every time he see that child, excuse me, every time he see that child, I feel like he thinks about that. Like, damn. If I wouldn't have done this shit right here, I can be home with my family. And now you got your kids to where they're turning against you. They don't even want to come for visits. His older 2 kids, I told you guys, Mariah and Tank, don't even want to come for visits. And in Alabama, they're of age now where they can say, yeah, I don't want to go. So he gets the younger 2, which is Sugar Mama and Boss Baby. Sugar Mama and Boss Baby have to go because they're not of age to say that they don't want to go. So he gets visits, but he get with them. That is when Mariah and Tank want to go. But them 2, from what I've been hearing, they don't really want to go on visitations with him. It's crazy. Carolyn Russell says that Karmelo said that Mark on everything you said about Martell. Yeah, that's exactly what I see here. It gives weird vibes. Because Martell seemed hella uncomfortable being around Ariane. I'm like, y'all done had kids together. Y'all done been together and messing with this girl for quite some time now. So it's weird to me that you can't even look at her. Like he looking down and holding his hands like he all nervous. The body language, he was so tense in that scene. I was just like, what the hell is this? I said, when Martell was with Melody, said that Ariane, what we say was a kept woman, said, but once they divorced, then she became unkept. And now she has to go to work. Yeah, because Martell went. Yeah, I feel like he promised her, like, oh, I'm gonna be your kind of like a sugar daddy type thing, and he was funneling money from the marital home and bank accounts to take care of Ariane in addition to. So that's why she chose to stay there because I got me a sugar daddy, I ain't got to work because she did work at a club as a bottle girl when she met Martell. So she stopped working completely and allowed him to take care of her and put her in a nice BMW that kept breaking down. I said, damn. What kind of shit is that? That wound up getting repoed as well. So Rose says that he feels shame that he has brought that girl on milk. Yeah, he should be shamed. He can't even look at that girl. I was like, why you can't look at her? She's like, okay, let's go. Like she proud to be on the show. But Martell sitting there like holding his hands and kind of his eyes dancing around like he couldn't even literally look at her. I said, this bitch. Said, yes, that was a tense scene. It was very tense. It was very tense. It's just something off with them two, okay? And then when Ariane made that statement on another live that I saw where she said, if you want to hit Martell up, then hit him in his DM. So what woman tell another woman to hit their man up in the DMs if they want to get up with him? It just gives the child not together that you just there for sexual pleasure. That's what it's giving me. Right, and you getting something out of the deal, and he's getting something out of the deal. And then the fact that he was messing around with Sheree during the time he's supposed to be with Ariane, it just gives that she's just there, like lying in wait, and he uses her to still try to make Melody jealous. That's just what I feel, because she's showing up the court dates now. She's she's doing the fucking most. April says that, and he knows bringing her on that show is wrong, and he is feeling uncomfortable. He said, yeah. Absolutely, absolutely. Y'all keep commenting though. I wanted to play that clip because I said this nigga. But thank you guys. All right, I will see you guys tomorrow. Let's say tomorrow. All right, if I pop, just keep your notifications on. If I feel compelled to pop back in, then I will. But I will see you guys tomorrow for Car Chronicles. Please keep your notifications on. Please like up this video, hype up this video as well. Okay, so we can push it out into the algorithm. Again, thank the Lord for the recusal in the Karmelo Anthony case. Again, keep your prayers up because he does have another case tomorrow for a new trial, okay? For a new trial. So if we need a new trial for Karmelo, let's keep the prayers up. Again, happy birthday to Nolan Wells. Today is his 19th birthday. He would have been 19 years old today had he left Horn Island alive. So this is a sad situation. We're going to keep our prayers up as well for that case to so that we can bring somebody to justice, so that we can bring people to justice on this case, right? So we're not going to stop talking about it. We're not going to stop reporting on it. I sent all the stuff I had from this morning's live over to Ben Crump, so he has all of that. All right. So hopefully something can happen, right? But let's continue on. I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right. Oh, not the police. Police. Oh my God. All right. So till tomorrow. Bye.